It's when viewed from above that Sydney reveals its splendour. The country's business centre is also Australia's oldest city. The city's harbour spreads out into countless inlets. Looking at the yachts mooring in the calm waters of various coves, it's easy to taste this relaxed way of life. The country's wealthiest reside in these neighbourhoods that look like coastal resorts. Nowadays, Sydney has become a multicultural megalopolis open to the world. Its symbol, the Opera House, is one of the 20th century's most famous buildings. Its architecture resembles a sailboat or a shellfish and is the work of the Danish architect Jørn Utzon. Sydney is an inspiring city for many creators. The Russell Lee district is home to artist Niharika Huku. Painter and ceramicist, she describes her work as the expression of the beauty of the world surrounding her. After growing up in India and living in Singapore, Niharika settled in Sydney, seduced by its lifestyle and blue sky.
So basically I wedge the clay first, get rid of all bubbles inside, and then I slap it so it kind of to center the clay a bit so it's easier to throw on the wheel. When I start throwing the pot on the wheel, it's quite like the clay is quite hard and unwieldy, and then you have to center it and you have to put a little bit of pressure into it. And then it becomes very sensitive, so then anything you do, any move kind of affects your pot. And then it does what you want, and that's an amazing feeling. It's very hard to be very perfect. I think I'd be very unhappy if I was completely perfect. I try and get it to a point where I can let it go and just let it be what it is. Sometimes you lose it to bubbles, sometimes you lose it to the water, sometimes you lose it to the fire where you put it into the kiln and it dies, or it's got a giant crack in it. And sometimes you can lose a pot after it's fired and it looks amazing and it's beautiful, and then it falls off a table and it's gone. So yeah, you just have to shrug it off and make another pot. So I work with porcelain because once it's fired, it's an extremely white clay. And then when I need to paint, it kind of gives me that beautiful white area to work with. But porcelain is quite an unforgiving clay. When I'm doing sculpture or painting or whatever, I don't think that trying to get it exactly right is important. It's more about getting your emotion through, like what you feel at that time. That's more important to me, rather than it being perfect. And I think if I was just trying to make it 100% perfect, I wouldn't get there and I'd just be unhappy. Well, I love the color blue, and I think I rediscovered it when I moved to Sydney, because the sky here is just so intensely blue and it's all around you, and it's just hard to ignore. So I kept using it in my work, and eventually I just started painting clouds because I just love them. In my work, I use a lot of blue, and my work, I tend to find blues which are extremely bright and cool. I also use them quite matte, and it's not shiny, so it has a sort of velvety feeling. So it gives that vibrancy which I'm after. I think because the sky is kind of endless, I wanted to paint it on the sphere, which you could sort of, it doesn't almost, to me it feels like it doesn't end, and that you can look inside it and you can take it into your house, like a piece of the sky inside your house. And I think that was really the idea behind painting clouds on a sphere. I used the white of the porcelain as the color of the clouds on the pot, and I kind of paint negative spaces, so painting around the cloud really, and the white's just the color of the porcelain. I enjoy doing the details, painting in the little details, the edges. I feel that it gives it that realistic quality. I enjoy realism in my work, and I think it's because I have to open my mind to everything. I find my inspiration in nature mostly, because it's just there and it's so easy for me to take in, and it's very inspiring as well. Living in Sydney, we live in a city, I live in a city, but I'm surrounded by all this nature, birds and trees and the ocean and fish and rivers, so it's amazing.
While the blue of the sky guides Niharika's brush, the blue of the sea inspires both athletes and artists. In love with all the blue surrounding them, Australians learned to arrange the nature around them in order to fully enjoy it. In Sydney, along the Coogee beaches, people are out as soon as the sun rises. Australia is very sport-oriented and always gets good results at international competitions. In the early 20th century, Alexander Wylie, a champion in long-distance swimming, came up with the idea of building a seawater swimming pool. During this period, baths became trendy. He built a wooden floor right against the rock, and Wylies became one of the first mixed swimming pools in Australia. People have come to bath here for more than a century. The pool is filled with water when the tide is high and becomes calmer when the tide falls. Seawater swimming pools have been popping up all along the coast of Sydney, but Wylies stands out from the crowd thanks to its beautiful scenery and its panoramic view over the blue of the Pacific Ocean. Matthew Martin is a designer and cartoonist. He's one of Wylie's regulars. He has been coming here almost every day for 20 years to relax and work his craft.
Not too rough. Jeff's in. It's unusual to see Jeff swimming that side of the pool.
Yeah. Should have seen it this morning. The waves are unreal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The chains even in the pool.
Yeah.
It's really lovely when it's like this. It's beautiful when it's smooth, but it's also fabulous when it's alive like this. probably at the age of about 6, I started swimming in the sea, and I haven't been out of it since. Luckily, unlike some of my friends, I never got into drugs, you know, in the late 60s, early 70s. I had surfing and art. That's about it. They're the only two good things I've been good at in my life, I think. Because it's an ocean pool and the high tides come in twice a day, it's often filled with fish, all kinds of fish. Sometimes you'll see the cormorants in there swimming around having a feast underneath you. I've seen Port Jackson sharks. So the place is alive. It is something that we want to protect and keep, and the local community is very sensitive to the idea of changing the character of it. And so far, the council has listened, and it's kept that beautiful quality, that very relaxed. It's not like a city pool at all, which is a wonderful thing. So hopefully it'll stay that way. If you're a compulsive drawer and you're spending an hour a day down at the pool, you're highly likely to get your sketch pad out and start drawing the swimmers or the clouds or the jets that fly over about twice a month. Wylies is my muse. And right now I'm trying to draw the hardest thing. After 16 years at Wylies, I'm trying to draw the water, which is, you know, it's both a folly and a fantastic motivator. I never believe in those questions like, what's your favorite color? But what is my favorite color? It's blue. When I started to draw the water or paint the water, I was sitting on the edge of the pool staring into it, and it was every color but blue. It was the light reflecting off the rocks. It was the shimmering bottom, which would be dark. There was more brown and yellow in there, even though it was crystal clear water, than there was of blue. I've been drawing since I was old enough to hold a pencil, and by the time I was drawing cartoons, for instance, that was how I thought of funny images being. And in the last decade, as I've done less work for newspapers and I've done more work for myself, that's just been an absolutely fantastic opening up of trying anything. I love trying different materials. I'll play tricks on myself. I'll hold three pencils at once so that I can't control the drawing, because after 65 years, I'm actually pretty handy with just a pencil. I don't want to demystify art, but I do see it as a challenge. Can I draw that? Can I capture that? And often I come up with terrible drawings, but by having looked very hard at what I'm trying to draw, it's in my brain for next time, or because I come home and I'll make pictures out of nothing here.